So with the campaign for the final phase of polls ending today, what is your assessment of the ground situation? Are you sensing a 2004 redux?
No. After the first two phases, on the 19th of April and the 27th of April, it had become clear to me, and it should have been clear to any unbiased, non-partisan observer, that the winds of change were blowing. The BJP was going to be cleaned out in the south, and it was going to be halved in the north. Dakshin mein BJP saaf aur Uttar mein BJP half. Now, 486 seats elections have been held in the 6 phases. The last phase, UP, Bihar, of course Punjab and Himachal also. I have no doubt whatsoever in my mind that the India Janbandhan will get a clear and decisive majority of the type it got in 2004. And let me also say this, because tomorrow there will be the inevitable doctored exit polls. In 2004, all the exit polls were giving a huge majority for Mr. Vajpayee and the NDA, and the actual result proved otherwise.
So, do you sense that there is an undercurrent, or it's a silent election and a wave or anti-wave is not visible?
No, there's no wave, but there's a quiet movement of people, farmers, women. In different states, different issues have worked. In Punjab, it's the farmer issue. In Haryana, it's the farmer and the Agniveer issue. In Himachal, it's the Agniveer issue and the discrimination by the central government in not declaring the unprecedented floods as a national calamity. There are, in some issues, there are caste equations, the Samikaran, as it is called in election language. So different states have different issues. And also in many states, don't forget, states like Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Congress got 0. In Madhya Pradesh, we got 2 seats, 1 seat. In Karnataka, we got 1 seat. In Maharashtra, we had 1 seat. This is all in 2019. So the BJP had peaked in many states in 2019, and even the election commission will not help the BJP to cross the 2019 peak. It has to come down from that peak.
Sir, you've been closely associated with the Congress campaign throughout. So how do you look at this Congress campaign, and has it been able to convey its message better to the people when compared with 2014 and 2019?
So I think the first shot at creating a new narrative for the Congress was fired by Mr. Rahul Gandhi in his Bharat Jodo Yatra. And that 144 days, 4,000 kilometers, walking from Kanyakumari to Kashmir was a very transformative movement for the Congress and for Indian politics. And you know, his constant saying that मैं नफरत की बाजार में दुकान मोहब्बत की दुकान खोलने आया हूँ, that was the theme. But what gave structure to the entire 2024 campaign, because remember, the Bharat Jodo Yatra didn't have an electoral perspective. That was not a Chunavi Yatra. But Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra came 2 months before the election, so it was inevitable that there was going to be an election narrative. And it is during the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra that Mr. Rahul Gandhi, Congress President, unveiled the Panch Nyay 25 Guarantee Karikram, you know, the guarantee card, which we have reached to almost 7 crore households. 1 out of every 4 households in the country has been reached with our guarantee cards, the Yuva Nyay, Kisan Nyay, Shramik Nyay, Nari Nyay, and Hissedari Nyay. So we have set the narrative. The narrative was set by Mr. Rahul Gandhi. This narrative was set by the Congress President with the 5 Nyayas, and that was a direct consequence of the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra. It made the Prime Minister defensive, it made him on the back foot, and I have not seen the Prime Minister as nervous, as disturbed, and as off balance as I have seen him in this campaign.
So you would say that this time you've been more successful in reaching out to the people than 2014 and 19?
I think the Bharat Jodo Yatra was transformative. It was connectivity for Mr. Rahul Gandhi and collectivity for the organization. The Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, this was taken forward, given a structure, themes, 5 themes, different guarantees were announced in different places. And I think our strategy, our narrative this time was stronger, was sharper, was clearer. There was no agar magar, no kintu parantu. It was very clear. And I think this is what the future of the Congress is. We have to have ideological clarity, We got to be very clear in what we believe in, what we communicate. And I, right at the beginning, 2 years ago, I had said our policy as far as communication is concerned should be ACT, A-C-T. A for aggression, C for cohesion, and T for timeliness. So you have to be aggressive, you have to be cohesive, and you have to be timely. And then you set the narrative.
So the campaign discourse also saw the Muslim League, China, Mujra, reservations, but a running theme during the campaign was the constitution. Now yes. Congress said that if BJP comes to power, they'll change the constitution. BJP says that the Congress will change the constitution to give reservation to minorities.
No.
How do you look at this?
No. A slight correction. The constitution was not the issue made by Mr. Modi. I mean, this was the issue. This was Mr. Rahul Gandhi who single-mindedly made this the issue. This is the Constitution of India, which was adopted on the 26th of November 1949. And he made protection of this Constitution, the secular values of the Constitution, the social justice values of the Constitution, the economic justice principles of the Constitution. And it is this, and the 400 Par was linked to, the right to remove this Ambedkar constitution and replace it with an RSS constitution. So this became the defining book of the election campaign, so to speak, thanks to Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Repeatedly in his speeches over a month, he said, I'm going to protect this. I'm going to protect this because reservations are the route to social justice and empowerment, and reservations are something that the RSS, the Jan Sangh, the BJP have always been against. And I asked only 2 questions of Mr. Modi, and till today he has not answered. First, are you in favor of a caste census? Because without a caste census, without Ginti, how are scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and OBC going to get the full benefit of reservation? And second question is, Tamil Nadu is the only state in India which has 69% reservation, but that is protected under the 9th schedule of the Constitution. Only state. In other states, if you cross 50%, you are considered illegal or it is completely unconstitutional. Here is the entry 257 in the 9th schedule, the Tamil Nadu reservation order. And whenever Mr. Modi said, oh, we believe in giving Muslim, reservation based on religion. In 1994, when Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, Jains got reservation in Karnataka, it was based on social and economic backwardness. And we forced the PM. I think 2 great achievements. I would say 3 great achievements of our campaign. The first achievement was, to force Mr. the Prime Minister to say, मैंने भी दी है आरक्षण मुसलमान जातियों को केंद्रीय सूची में मैं लाया हूँ ओबीसी की सूची में. That was on social and economic backwardness. He would never have said it had we not put him on the block. Second, we forced him to say Adani, Ambani. That टेम्पो में काले धन का बोरी लेकर कांग्रेस के दफ्तर में पहुंचा रहे हैं. From his mouth to talk about Adani, Ambani, associating them with black money, it showed he was defensive. And third, I think he got very irritated with our daily reference to him as outgoing Prime Minister. And in one of his speeches, he said, oh, इस बार वो निवर्तमान शब्द का इस्तेमाल नहीं कर रहे हैं. So the Prime Minister was nervous. I mean, he was on the defensive, certainly.
So, but you've been part of so many campaigns over the years. There were so many attacks from both sides, from all political parties. Do you think it is one of the most vitriolic campaigns that you've seen?
The most vitriolic, the most despicable campaign that I have seen. I've been seeing campaigns since 1989. But my actual involvement in campaigns really starts in 1991, 96, 98, 2004, 99, 2004, and subsequently. And last time I was not very active in the 2019 campaign because I had a personal tragedy at home, and I didn't have the time or the mind space to take part actively. But I can tell you, there has never been this level of discourse on the part of the Prime Minister. The words that the Prime Minister has used, the lies that he has propagated, the exaggerations and the defamations he's resorted to, he is unworthy of being a Prime Minister. In any case, he's an outgoing Prime Minister.
So you've always shied away from giving numbers, but now it's the last phase, it's the last day of the campaign. What are the kind of numbers that
2004 will repeat itself. There will be an India Janbandhan Prime Minister who will set the economy right. Investors are fearful, they are hurting, they are suspicious. Of course, the stock markets are being incited by the Prime Minister and the Home Minister. But the fact of the matter is that private investment, essential for accelerating GDP's growth, fell during the Modi decade as compared to the Manmohan Singh decade. 32% of GDP private investment during Dr. Manmohan Singh's decade, and 27-28% of GDP during Mr. Narendra Modi's decade. GST, the reform of GST, making life easy for the people who create jobs. We have to make make life easy for the people who create wealth. But the guys who create wealth don't create the jobs. The jobs are created by MSMEs who have been destroyed by Notebandi, destroyed by GST, and destroyed by cheap imports from China.
So since you brought up that topic, there have been market fluctuations going on for some time. So how do you look at this?
There should be no doubt the India Jan Bandhan will run a predictable economic policy. No dhamakas, no Tughlaki farmans like Notebandi of November 8, 2016.
BJP is saying that since they'll provide a more stable government, markets will shoot after.
No, absolutely not. It will be a predictable economic policy. We will remove fear and distrust amongst the investors. If the investment climate is so right, why isn't there a private investment boom in the Modi decade as compared to the Manmohan Singh decade? Why are industrialists, why are businessmen, why are traders taking citizenship of Dubai, Singapore, London, USA? Why are record number of people taking, almost over 2 lakh people took citizenship of other countries last year? This is unprecedented. So there is an atmosphere of fear, there's an atmosphere of distrust. The way the electoral bond scheme was used, I.N.D.I.A was used, CBI was used to coerce companies to donating to the BJP. I have said this before, I don't mind repeating it. The BJP's policy was Annadataon ka apman or Chandadataon ka samman. That will change. And all exploitative tax schemes like the angel tax will go. This is what we have said in our manifesto, in our Nyaya Patra. So our economic policy will be simple, will be transparent, will be predictable, and will not be vindictive. You have to create an environment. The greatest economist of the 20th century, Lord Keynes, once said that investment is not just a financial decision. Investment is also a psychological decision. But today the psychology in private industry is don't invest, don't do anything, nothing will go wrong.
Sir, you're not giving a number, that's fine, but which are the states you think that will propel the...
We will make handsome gains in Rajasthan. We will make handsome gains in Karnataka. We will make handsome gains in Telangana. We will make handsome gains in Maharashtra. We will improve our position in Chhattisgarh. We will improve our position in Madhya Pradesh. And we will certainly improve our position in Assam. So in totality, I think we are headed towards a 2004 type of a situation, 20 saal baad.
And UP, sir, how do you, because it's often said that that Lucknow is the gateway to Delhi.
In UP, I mean, I didn't include UP because UP were fighting in alliance. I was talking of the states where the Congress is fighting singly, although Maharashtra also we are in an alliance. But yes, in UP, BJP cannot improve on its 2019 tally of 63. I think there was 62 or 63. 62 if I you corrected me. Excuse me, it was 62. They're not going to improve on 62. They're not going to improve on 38 in Bihar. It's impossible. They're not going to improve on 18 in West Bengal. That's impossible.
So BJP has been, in a recent interview, Home Minister said that we've already crossed 310. No. How do you look at these kinds of claims?
He's the master of, I mean, he's part of he's after all Home Minister to Jhoot Jivi Prime Minister. So if the Prime Minister is Jhoot Jivi, the Home Minister is the Chanakya of Jhoot Jivi, no. I don't give credence to these statements. These statements are made, and I told you in 2004, all the opinion polls, all the exit polls predicted a sweep for the I.N.D.A. and Mr. Vajpayee, and the result proved completely to the opposite.
So be it Mr. Kejriwal, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, they've said that the BJP will be around 200, 220.
Well, I don't want to get into numbers, but all I'm saying is we will get a clear and decisive majority. Now, clear is 273 is clear, but it's not decisive. When I say clear and decisive, it means well above 272.
Sir, also on June 1, India bloc has called a meeting. So, will the PM post
No, I
be
don't think.
discussed?
I mean, I don't have any authentic information that the meeting is going to take place on the 1st. But obviously, the India Alliance, the India Group, the India Janbandhan leaders will meet in 2004. The results came out on the 13th of May 2004. The UPA was formed on the 16th of May 2004, and Dr. Manmohan Singh's name as Prime Minister was floated on the 17th of May 2004. So it took less than 3 days for Dr. Manmohan Singh's name to emerge. Although everybody knew it was going to be Dr. Manmohan Singh after Mrs. Gandhi had made her intentions very clear of not accepting the Prime Minister's post, a great sacrifice on her part. But this time, I don't think it will take even 48 hours. Within a few hours, the leader of the Janbandhan, and it stands to reason that the party that gets the maximum seats in the Janbandhan will be a natural claimant for the leadership of the Janbandhan.
So, of course, that in all likelihood would be the Congress.
I am saying whichever party is the largest. I mean, you can interpret my statement in whatever fashion you want, but the fact is that in a Janbandhan, if all parties are going to participate in government, and I think Mamata Banerjee also has said that she is part of the India Janbandhan, it stands to reason that the party that has had the maximum number of seats is going to lead that Janbandhan in Parliament.
Sir, there are so many stalwarts in the India bloc. There's Mr. Kharge, of course, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is there, Ms. Mamata Banerjee is there, and there's Akhilesh Yadav is there, Sharad Pawar is
Uddhav
there,
Thackeray.
Uddhav Thackeray. So, do you think it will be an easy job arriving at a consensus with so many stalwarts?
It's very simple. मैं नहीं हम, मेरा नहीं हमारा. That is the slogan. मैं नहीं हम. We've had enough of 10 years of this ahankar, the Swami Ahankar Ananda approach to governance. This मैं नहीं हम, मेरा नहीं हमारा. That is the watchword of governance. India is a diverse society. It comprises different people of economic and social and cultural backgrounds, and we have to work collectively and work cohesively in a democratic manner, which is what our constitution is all about. The India Janbandhan, I can assure you, will be authoritative. It will not be authoritarian. There is a difference between being authoritative and being authoritarian. Nehru was authoritative. Mr. Modi has been authoritarian.
Sir, just last two questions. Sir, with so many diverse parties coming together, another charge from critics is that it won't be a stable government. It would be a government of pulls and pressures. If it's formed, how do you look?
Dr. Manmohan Singh ran a coalition government for 10 years. He ran a coalition government for 10 years. I mean, that's the best proof that we have. We are committed to giving a stable government, a transparent government, a responsive government, and a responsible government. We have to be responsible. We have to be responsible to different sections of society. We have to follow a responsible economic policy. At the same time, we have to be responsive to social needs and challenges. I remember Mr. Pranab Mukherjee many years ago, when this talk of coalition was taking place, Mr. Pranab Mukherjee making a statement in one of our meetings in the Congress, he said, we should be responsible and responsive. We have two legs. One leg is of responsibility, the other leg is of responsiveness.
So my final question to you is, and I never end without our cricketing analogy. So the slog overs are on. Do you think that you're on target, your run rate is good, you'll achieve the target?
Oh, the boys achieved victory. The boys have achieved victory. You know whom I'm referring to. The boys have achieved victory. The boys have done very well. I think, we're going to be large-hearted in victory. No politics of vendetta, no politics of vengeance. The Prime Minister is going to spend... Incidentally, the Prime Minister is going tomorrow to Vivekananda Memorial, or today. I think on the 30th he's going to the Vivekananda Memorial and be meditative for 2 days. Same Vivekananda Memorial, Mr. Rahul Gandhi started the Bharat Jodo Yatra on the 7th of September 2022. He launched the 4,000 unprecedented 4,000 kilometer long Padayatra. Mr. Modi is going to the same place, meditating. I'm sure he's meditating on what life is going to be after retirement.